Tage Thompson slowly becoming a leader on this team, and he'll center the top line to get Buffalo's game started here tonight.
December 7th, 2022. The night Tage Thompson officially arrived.
Now it's Alex Tuck the other way, the backhand to the slot, and they score! Tage Thompson!
Everything seemed like it was going in, so I was just shooting everything.
Tuck trying to find it, he does, and he finds Thompson, and he scores!
I was like, oh, he got one. Oh, he's got two. Oh, he's got three.
Thompson scores, and it's a hat trick!
It was a statement game, without question.
4 goals for Tage Thompson!
It's 4 already, so let's see how many we can get.
Thompson scores! Tage Thompson with a 5-goal night!
Thompson's 5-goal game in Columbus was the crown jewel of a spectacular breakout season for the 6'6", 25-year-old center.
Tage Thompson!
He seemingly came out of nowhere to take the hockey world by storm. But Thompson's journey to NHL stardom has been a long, winding, and difficult road.
I appear to be an overnight sensation to a lot of people because no one's ever heard of me before this or known really the other side of the story.
All right, good shot.
Oh, what a move! Are you kidding me? Patrick Tage Thompson!
Tage.
Thompson was born in Phoenix, Arizona, the first of 2 sons to Kim and Brent Thompson. His dad was a hard-nosed defenseman who played 121 games in the NHL. The Thompsons were a hockey family right from the start.
Tage, where's your hockey stick?
Can you tell us the story behind your name?
I think my mom and dad, they were searching baby names and they saw Taggart, which was a good-natured fellow, the one with the sounding of a lethal slap shot, and one of the derivatives of it was Tage.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, that's the name, we gotta do it. So my wife basically picked out the name, Tage, and I approved of it because the one with the sound of a lethal slap shot, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. It's a hockey name and it sounds pretty tough, so let's go with that.
Tage's dad spent most of his playing career as a journeyman in the minors. Then he became a coach. So the Thompson family moved around frequently.
Hi.
Can you list all the places that you lived as a kid?
Definitely not in order.
So all of the places? Gosh, in order, this is gonna take a long time. Do you really wanna know all of them?
Arizona, Colorado.
We moved to Hartford. Then from Hartford, we went to Louisville for 2 seasons, then Hershey for 2 seasons.
Peoria, then from Peoria to Alaska, back to the mainland here to
Long Island, Connecticut, Michigan,
Providence.
Bridgeport.
Calgary, Red Deer in Alberta. I'm probably missing a bunch too.
Did I say Rhode Island? I left out Rhode Island. No, I'm saying Long Island. Are you gonna edit this? I hope you are. We moved 31 times since 1991.
We are definitely a gypsy lifestyle. All the moving that we did, I really think that they became well adjusted and our family just became very, very close.
Tage, are you excited about the game?
Amidst all the change for Tage and his younger brother Tice,
All right.
there was one constant.
He just wanted to play hockey all the time. It didn't matter where we were. He would imitate it on the, carpet or on the kitchen floor. He just wanted to do it.
You could get him Tonka trucks and a million other different toys, but he'd just go grab a stick again. And that would be his favorite toy that he had.
I honestly didn't know anything other than hockey. From a young age, me and my brother just gravitated towards it, and that's something I knew I wanted to do growing up.
Tage, a natural hat trick, to take that into a Pee Wee Elite game, it's fantastic. I mean, I can't really describe it. How about yourself?
Well, I just felt really great, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates.
Long lead pass to Thompson. We got a breakaway coming up. Shot and a goal!
As a kid, Thompson had exceptional skill, but was average height. That all changed when he turned 16 and grew 4 inches in a single year.
Imagine when you're only 6 feet and then all of a sudden you're 6'4", and you still got to train your body to do all these movements.
My husband would refer to him as Bambi on ice, and even Tage would refer to himself as Bambi on ice at times.
It was a constant battle. I'd feel good in my body and then start to feel good about my game, feel coordinated again, and then I'd grow a couple inches and feel awkward all over again.
Coordination eventually followed, along with scholarship offers from across the country. Thompson chose to attend the University of Connecticut. There, he found the second love of his life.
How did you first meet Rachel?
I met her at UConn. Actually, it was my birthday, and we had a Halloween party. Yeah, it was, obviously, when she saw me, she wasn't gonna say no. If we got a picture of it, you could throw it up there, but I was a cop, so had the short shorts and the fake mustache, so I think that was irresistible.
I felt like he was very confident. He was very easy to talk to, just like a fun person to hang out with, and obviously he was cute. And then after that, we basically saw each other every single day since then.
As a freshman, Thompson led the nation in power play goals, cementing himself as a top prospect for the 2016 NHL Draft. The St. Louis Blues had the 26th overall pick.
St. Louis Blues are proud to select from UConn forward Tage Thompson.
Obviously, I was still pretty young and a lot to work on and grow into. Honestly, if I look back at it, I wasn't ready for the NHL. I don't think I was strong enough or fast enough.
As a 20-year-old rookie, Thompson spent most of his first season fighting to stay in the Blues lineup, splitting time between the NHL and the minors. Then came July 1st, 2018.
The St. Louis Blues ended up acquiring Ryan O'Reilly from the Sabres. In exchange, the Sabres get Vladimir Sobotka and Patrick Berglund and Tage Thompson.
That trade was a burden for him. You're the highest profile guy with no NHL, very limited NHL experience, thrust in a market, dying for good news. The light just shined right on Tage from that point forward.
I don't think I realized the magnitude of it at the time. It took a while for it to sink in, and then you start to feel kind of the weight of it.
In his first season as a Sabre, Thompson fell short of expectations, scoring just 7 goals. That same year, the player he was traded for, Ryan O'Reilly, led the St. Louis Blues to the Stanley Cup.
The wait is over, and the St. Louis Blues are the Stanley Cup champions for the first time in franchise history.
O'Reilly goes on to win a cup and MVP and all this, and there's a lot of talk about it, and it's pretty hard to ignore it.
St. Louis fleeced the Sabres. What a terrible trade by the Sabres. St. Louis was the 110% clear-cut winner.
One of the biggest, most lopsided trades of all time. An absolute heist.
I was frustrated right along with him. I like to think that he relies on me to bear the weight of some of the stress that this life can put on people. But I feel like at that point, he didn't want to put any of that on me because of everything else that we were already going through. In December of 2018, I was starting to have some knee problems. I was a dancer my whole life, so chronic knee pain all the time, that I had decided to get a surgery on the year before and felt like something wasn't quite fixed all the way.
At first, we just thought it was, her knee from a surgery. And then we found out that there was a tumor in there.
It was a type of bone cancer called a chondrosarcoma. I was so in shock that I really didn't even know how to explain that to my family members. I was there by myself, so I couldn't really wrap my head around it.
I was on the road in Columbus, and I got a phone call from her that the tumor was cancerous, and it was a crazy phone call because there's a lot of different emotions going on at once, and kind of tough to take in, and you want to be there for her, and you can't. You're on the road, and then at the same time, I got to play a game tomorrow and get ready for that. It's like, how do I do that?
The next day, January 29th, 2019, Rachel underwent surgery that successfully removed the tumor in her right knee. That night, Thompson and the Sabres took on Columbus.
Now Darlene tried to step inside. Following up is Thompson. He's got a lane. Scores! Tage Thompson.
Do you remember what was going through your mind when that puck went in?
No, I actually don't. I didn't even remember I scored, to be honest. But yeah, I think that just shows you the fact that I don't remember that I scored probably means my head was somewhere else.
Oh, that's where his heart was. His heart was with her.
Rachel spent the next 6 weeks on crutches while completing physical therapy. A comprehensive bone scan revealed the cancer had not spread elsewhere, and she was in remission. What type of partner was Tage during that time?
He was very supportive. He was going to be there with me every step of the way, even though he couldn't physically be there for a lot of those things.
I think it gives you a good perspective on life. Certain days you may feel like you've got a tough go of it, and I think it kind of gives you a reality check pretty quick.
Thompson began his second season with Buffalo in the minors. His first NHL game that year came 1 month into the season.
They told me I got called up, and I was super excited. And they're like, all right, you're flying to Chicago, and you're going to play.
He had just been called up, and it felt like he had a chance, and he was ready for it.
Tage Thompson, first game back with the club. Right wing and over the Hawks line. Right now, he's not looking good as he's got that right arm hanging down and going to the Buffalo bench in some world of hurt.
My shoulder slid up the glass and just popped out, and as soon as it popped out, I knew, like, I'd never felt anything like that before.
As soon as I saw it and how he reacted to it, like the video when he was going off, I was like, oh, that's not good.
I got back into the locker room and they popped it back in. Just the sensation of them popping it back in, I think I lost all the color in my face. Felt like I was gonna faint.
Thompson's dislocated shoulder led to season-ending surgery in January 2020. His hockey future hung in the balance.
For me, it was just kind of like, well, what do I do now? I mean, I'd just gotten called up. I was feeling pretty good about my game, and now this whole setback. You're wondering what's going to happen with my career now. Am I going to get another shot?
I think it took a big toll on him to try to stay positive for the rest of that year and just, hope that things are going to get better and he's going to come back stronger.
It was a blessing in disguise, really. He worked really hard to rehab the shoulder the right way, to put weight on, to just work on his leg strength and the power. I saw a different man working out.
At that point in my career, that was something I was lacking. I was obviously very tall, but very skinny and weak. And I think that was probably something that was hindering me from taking the next step in my development. I took that year and put on a ton of weight, got a lot stronger, and I think that was the biggest turning point in my career.
In all, Thompson did not play an NHL game for 424 days. When he returned to Buffalo, he had newfound strength and confidence. He also had a brand new head coach in Don Granato, who coached him as a teenager with a U.S. National Development Program.
He's put in all this work to get to some accomplishment off in the future. And you keep working, and it's going to work out in the future. It's going to work out in the future. And you keep doing that, it becomes a habitual and a pattern. And I needed him to realize that future is not off in the distance anymore. You are an NHL goal scorer now. Stop waiting to be an NHL goal scorer.
Granato also moved Thompson from the wing to center, the position he played growing up. The results spoke for themselves.
Tage Thompson one-on-one into the Boston zone. On his back into the net score. TNT blows it up.
Over the next 2 seasons, Thompson scored 85 goals and signed a 7-year, $50 million contract with the Sabres.
Here's Thompson to the net. What a goal!
I don't think anybody knows what he's capable of. In a good way, the sky is the limit. The ceiling for him is so high.
This story is awesome for anybody who's like a late bloomer. Talk about a late bloomer, you should put him, he'd be the poster boy for that.
He has some of the most skill that I've seen, his hands and his reach and his shot. He's one of the special players out there and keeps getting better.
TNT Tage Thompson. Can you believe it?
Today, Thompson's wife, Rachel, is still cancer-free. And in July 2022, the couple welcomed their first child, a boy, Brooks.
I mean, as you can tell, he's not really doing anything right now, but it's so entertaining. It's just fun, just to see how much, this makes him happy. Just the little things that make him happy are so funny. I don't know, it just entertains me.
How would you describe Tage as a father? He's a great dad. He's just a fun dad. He loves to play with him. Being in this life, he spends so much time away from him that when he is home, he wants to be with him all the time.
Tage Thompson has arrived. Arrived at that rare place where dreams and potential are both realized. Where family and opportunity are fully appreciated. His journey so far has been long and difficult. But it's a road that has ultimately led him here.
It shows you how powerful your mindset can be. Things aren't going to go as you hoped or planned, and it's how do you work through it? How do you let it defeat you, or do you show up to work and try to get better? You can get anywhere you want to go, and I think it's just about getting through adversity and looking at positives.